Hello, everyone. Wow, 1 year of being an affiliate on Twitch. I still sometimes can't believe that streaming worked out as well for me as it did. I'm so thankful for everyone who is staying around, everyone who even just watched my stream once, popped in just once, and had a good time with me. But I'm especially thankful for people who keep coming back. And it's crazy to me that there's still a lot of people with the first founder batch that are still around that subscribed to me for the first time a year ago and that are still here now. It's insane to me. So thank you very much for your support. I started streaming about a year ago as well because it only took me about 2 months to reach affiliate, which sounds like a good bit, but compared to other people I know that are still struggling to get it, and it took them many months to get it. I am so thankful that it only took me 2 months. And that is thanks to a lot of you who were there then and who are still there now. But even those, a lot of you do not know this form of me. This is the first PNG tuber I had. I made it for free on Picrew because I had a crappy laptop, and back then VTube models weren't as available as they are now. So I decided to start with a PNG tuber. I had this one for a little while. I started streaming to put my mind to use because I really desperately needed a hobby to keep my mind occupied because I was going through a bit of a rough patch back then. And I gotta say, streaming helped me so much. I tried streaming a little while ago, like I think 2 to 3 years ago, and it didn't work out then because I didn't have much time to put real effort into it. But this time, I had too much time on my hands, so I was able to put a lot of effort into it. And this time, it actually paid off for me because I know I'm still a small streamer, but I am very happy with where I am. I have a little community around myself. I have people always returning to my streams, even people who are still around from a year ago, and people who very generously helped me with my tech issues and everything else. And I can't tell you how thankful I am for that. Back then, a year ago, when I was streaming with this little PNG, I would have never thought that I would still be streaming a year later and still doing it from my point of view successfully. So, thank you so much for that. I My first streams were 7 Days to Die, actually. Those streams were so long ago that at that point I didn't even bother with a YouTube account, so there are unfortunately no VODs for that. And at some point I switched to this PNG. And some of you might know this one because I used it a little more often and for a little longer. Because again, I was on a crappy laptop, so I wasn't sure if my laptop would be able to handle a VTube model and a game because it was barely able to handle a game. So even after I got a model, I still use this one a lot. But again, there are no VODs of that. I actually started uploading VODs when I started using this model. And this was actually the model that I used exactly a year ago when I did get affiliate. And here's a little clip of when I that same night after I got the email, I was like, I really want to stream today because I got affiliate and I noticed that people started subscribing while I was offline. So I was like, I really want to stream now. But I was very nervous that day, especially because people already started subscribing, which I never expected, much less they started subscribing while I was not even streaming. So I did have a couple of drinks in me. And I would say that was even my first stream where I was a little drunk. So let's take a little look see.
But yay, Twitch affiliate. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness.
Yippee!
I had no idea that I really was this close already. Like the numbers were a little confusing to me. I also wrote that on Twitch today. Like
I think I meant
on
Discord.
one side it told me that I do have 3.1 and on another it told me I have 2.8.
It
So I
was
was
really
like,
confusing. Even
okay,
now,
so
the
which
view
one is
thing
it?
is
What are you
so
doing here?
confusing to me.
Chickens that
Chimkin
come
death.
in here
Yippee!
are rotisserie chicken. That's the rule.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I still live by that rule.
yeah. What did I just say?
Again, I was a little bit drunk, so don't judge me too hard. Even though, like I said, a lot of you have been around for a while. You know that that's just me. I can't blame it all on the booze. I forget what I said 2 seconds ago, and that was the same then, and it's the same now. So, even back then, I was a real one,
Oh yeah,
for
the
better or
numbers were
for
a bit of
worse.
confusing, so I wasn't sure just how close I was. And just the other day, I said I feel like I'm still a few weeks off. But turns out I was just like 2 days off. So that's interesting. I did not expect to be this fucking close to it already.
Which, again,
But I'm so happy about it, bro. I'm so happy about it. I did add a few things with the points. Let me see. Can I see them here in OBS?
which is originally why I wanted affiliate. Again, I honest to God did not expect anyone to subscribe to me. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, yeah, sure, you didn't, blah, 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 blah. I honest to God didn't. And one proof of that is at this point, I didn't have a single emote. I didn't even have them commissioned or anything because I just didn't expect people to do it. So when subscribers started popping up, even while I was offline, I was like, God damn, I gotta find someone to make emotes for me because it feels bad not being able to give back something. I know I guess I give back with streams, but it still felt bad. But you know what? It was a time where I was like, God damn it, I feel so bad about that. But looking back, at least it is proof that I honestly did not expect to ever actually have people who want to spend money on me. Even to this day, it's crazy on me, which is funny because you guys supported me so much financially already. But yeah, it's still weird to me. And yeah, for a long time, I was streaming with this VTube model, which, as you just saw, looked even worse back then as it does now, as I'm using it, because I was only using a webcam and now I am using an iPhone, which tracks it better. But still, you can still tell it's very outdated. And even back then, I wasn't a big fan of it. But then, a few months later, I found this model. Ta-da! And I think this is a model that most of you guys know me at. And with this model, it felt like I actually became the kind of VTuber I wanted to look like. I don't think I've changed much about my streaming style, the way I do streams. If I did, feel free to correct me. I feel I still like I steadily stayed the same kind of vibe I always did, but I did change my look, as you saw, from PNGs to a very rough model to this one. And let's look at a stream that still stays in memory for me today because I think it was the first time I got a hype train. It was the first time a lot of people showed up because of the new model. I think everyone loves a new model debut. But let's take a look at that stream.
Keep going. I swear, I swear, I swear. Look, 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 because look, there's something more exciting here. Booba and something else. Look, 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 look. I got wings.
Yes,
I
it was the
finally
first
have my
time I
wings.
actually had wings
I
on my
finally
model.
get my. I finally get to spread my wings.
I finally
After
actually honored my
I,
name and looked
I
like a
finally get to
raven
spread
cat
my
girl.
wings.
And look at
Looks like
this,
you're a
so
Raven
many of
cat
you in
girl.
chat.
Yes, yes, I am. I'm gonna pick all of you up. I'm gonna pick you up. Look at this.
You can tell I had
Yes,
so
yes.
much
I
more
got wings.
fun with
Whoops,
this
whoops,
model.
whoops, 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 whoops. Almost showed too much. Hip and tail. Yeah, I got hips. I got tail. I got wings. I got wangs. I got wangs. Okay,
Wangs!
okay, okay. The best part. This is always the best part. Like I always think this is the best part. I think this is always the best part. The face, the face, the face. I already teased a bit of it. Mouth dog. I already teased a bit of it. Look how cute. I got teeth.
Teeth.
Teeth. I finally look like a cat girl. I finally look like a cat girl. Yes, little things, little tooth, little teeth.
Again, I feel like I still talk now the same I did then. And you can tell, oh my god, the tracking looks so different. Because again, this was on webcam. It's crazy to me. Look at the chat. A lot of you still show up like every stream, even now, which is so amazing. But yes, the rest of that stream.
I love this model.
The rest of that stream, we spent watching a bunch of funny videos, and Lunan actually made a really cool video for that, which again was so cool because I always hoped someone would make a really cool edit of one of my VODs. So getting a video like this was really fucking exciting to me. Also, yeah, we were watching gay porn.
Nah, he's gonna rip you open with something else.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our dicks, especially.
What the? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our dicks. Yeah, we ain't ashamed of our dicks out here. This is America, after all.
Again, I could play the whole video and look at it, but I don't want to make this video too long. I am still so overwhelmed by how many people actually put time and effort into my own content to make little edits like this of me. It's insane to me. It's insane to me that I can inspire people with this kind of creativity. But even after getting affiliate and after making a little bit of a base viewership for myself with people that always came around, it did make me very happy, but it also came with things that made me very nervous. For example, actually earning money on Twitch. And so there was something I really felt the need that I needed to open up to you guys about.
I was really nervous about writing this, and I'm really nervous reading it out again. But the fact that you all reacted so respectfully and you were so nice about it. In fact, you were fucking beyond amazing.
Absolutely. Still are to this day.
Okay, long story short, gonna stop now. Okay, so this is something I was going to say in a stream, and I'll probably read this out next time I'm online. It's just easier for me to write this down to make sure I'm not saying anything wrong. Something I haven't told most of you yet, but some of you guessed because I am online at all sorts of times. I do not work. That's because my mental health makes it not possible for me to work in a normal system. The reason I didn't want to talk about this is there is a lot of prejudice coming from people when they hear that. Like, you're lazy, you can work, you just don't want to, stuff like that.
Unfortunately.
And you know what? Everyone is free to have their own opinion on this. because I know that would love to work in a good workplace and make my own money and not depend on other people. Though as it is, I have been in this situation for a few years already. But since I stopped working, I have been constantly in some sort of therapy and rehabilitation programs. Rehabilitation as in stabilizing my mental health to the point I can integrate it into the normal work market again. I've been working hard on that for years now. For a while, it seemed to be going well, but then the pandemic happened,
Yep.
preventing me from participating in the therapy rehabilitation I have been at that time.
As
I
I
don't
mentioned
need to
earlier.
go into detail about why my mental health got worse during the pandemic, since I'm sure everyone can relate to it as we have all been through it. After the lockdown was finally over, there were still many rules in place, throwing everything I and also other participants in the program around and making it more difficult than it already was. A few months after that, when I thought I could finally get used to the new situation, something else happened that prevented me from participating for a few months again, which once again made everything problematic. I managed to get back into it again after that, but at that point I felt like all the progress I had made
The
over
damage
the years
was
became null and
already
void.
done.
The frustration, the fact that every time I made progress, something was put in my way to knock me back. It took a big toll on my already fragile mental health. I've mentioned it several times, but I have clinical depression among other mental health issues. If any of you know anything about that, you'll know how difficult it is to dig yourself out of that to get into a somewhat stable state of mind. Not to mention one where you are capable of doing something like working a regular job. At that point, it became so bad for me that I wasn't even capable of participating in the rehabilitation anymore. It was very easygoing and all, but you still had to go there for a certain amount of time and you had some responsibilities. But for me, it's become difficult to even go outside anymore. So unfortunately, I had to stop/pause the program. About a week after that, about a week after that happened, I started streaming again because I knew I had to do something, some kind of hobby or project to stop my mental health from becoming even worse than it already was. And it helped me a lot. Maybe after this you have a better understanding of why streaming means so much to me, because it actually saved me from getting worse again.
It
So I
absolutely
am
did.
so thankful to all of you for being here and participating so often. It gives me the motivation to keep doing this, which is good because I need a hobby I can immerse myself in, that I can immerse myself into like this. I'm fumbling over my words so much, sorry. Okay, after all that
Even
text, the point I
even
was
now, it
trying
still
to
makes me
get to,
nervous.
because I do not work, I obviously live off welfare, which is why I'm constantly broke and it's so difficult for me to afford expensive stuff. Not that I'm complaining. I am incredibly thankful that I live in a place where I can still have a roof over my head and food in my fridge, despite the fact that I am not a functioning member of society. With welfare come a lot of rules, of course, as the money you get from it is supposed to only be just enough for you to afford things you need for regular living. No luxuries. Meaning, when I make money from Twitch, I have to show them how much I make. And they will subtract whatever is too much from the living costs they normally give me. That means the money that I got from people like Apo, Swicket, Command, Ape, and Pigeon, Winry, Nell, and so many more, I will not be likely a plus for me because I have to use it for my living costs. For example, rent and stuff, because
Yep,
I won't
still
get that
true to
from
this day.
the welfare anymore. And the most important point for me is I am not making this post or reading this out loud right now to complain or ask for more money. I'll say it again. I am not making this post to complain or to ask for more money. This is very important for me. I don't
Yep.
want anyone thinking I am complaining or like, oh, they're going to take some money to give me what. That's absolutely not fucking it. Like I described before, this was from the start supposed to be a hobby. I never expected to make money with this.
Never.
Which is why I never thought this would be an issue. But now that it is, I have to come clear because it's only fair to the people who are giving their hard-earned money to me. Anyway, I drifted off there for a bit, but to get back to the text, I just want to make that perfectly clear. From the start, this was just supposed to be a hobby. The fact that I'm actually making money with this is still crazy to me, and I honestly
Still.
never expected it. I just want to be absolutely transparent with you. So when I get all this money from you and end up saying, no, I still can't afford my bed, no, I still can't afford a computer, even though you guys gave me so much money and you can calculate I should be able to afford it, even with a 50% Twitch takes. Now you know why. It's because a lot of the money will go back to the state. Ugh. It felt very weird to write. This felt very weird to write, and I'm still worried someone will get the wrong idea about why and how I wrote this. But again, I just want to be transparent with the generous people who give me their money and spend time with me and make this hobby so meaningful to me. If you read this giant text, thank you so much. But again, I will probably read it out on stream next time. Love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me and spending time with me. I managed to get through that. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't read any of the chat while during that, though. It's on the corner of my eyes. Oh, yeah.
And after that, you guys still came through for me by getting me stuff on Throne, which we talked about. I didn't make the Throne to like ask for stuff, but you guys, when we talked about this in Discord, after the post and after the stream, you guys were like, well, Throne is an option. For example, something I very much needed badly at the time to continue streaming was a PC. But again, it would have been nearly impossible for me to save up money from the Twitch money for that. So you guys came through and helped me to fund a PC on Throne. Now, that first PC did not work out. It did not work out. And there were a lot of complications, which a lot of you who were around remember. I was complaining about it a lot, and it was a lot, okay? But somehow we got through that as well, and I managed to reinvest the money from that PC into the one that I am currently using. And it's still insane to me that even with all this shit that was laid in my way, you guys were still there, and you were like, no, we want you to keep streaming. There were even times where the tech issues frustrated me so much that I just didn't want to stream anymore, because it was not fun when things just started breaking and I had to end stream after like 5 minutes. And I can't even show examples of that because I didn't upload those VODs, obviously, because they were just frustrating and I didn't want to have VODs of that. But even you funded me the first PC. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. And it felt especially bad when stuff went wrong with this PC. And again, took a toll on my mental health, but you guys got me another one. And fortunately, this one works perfectly well now, which is the reason why I still can stream now. And I am able to celebrate this affiliate anniversary with you. And one thing I did was to do a subathon to thank you guys. And I streamed for 5 days straight, which I did not expect for it to last that long. It could probably have even lasted longer, but I just had to give up. It was a lot more exhausting than I expected. And it just makes me respect streamers who do subathons even more. But during that subathon, I got a new model, which is this one, the one you see me streaming with nowadays. And It took a financial hit on me because it is a pre-made model, but I did have some customizations made to it because I felt like now I have a great PC. Now we're all here for good because nothing is standing in my way of being able to stream anymore. And you guys want me to stream, which is what means the most to me. You guys went out of your way to help me to keep streaming, which just is the biggest we like your streams that I ever hoped I could receive, which makes me so happy. I'm so happy that people get something out of my streams. Because I know I'm getting a lot of streaming out of having people here and talking to them. It makes me happy that I still don't know how I do it, but at least in some way I must be giving back to you because otherwise you wouldn't have been so fucking supportive and helpful in giving back to me. So thank you so much for helping me continue this hobby for my own sake. And also I am happy that I don't know how, but somehow apparently I am giving back to you, and I hope to continue doing so for a very long time. I do not have any plans to stop anytime soon. I'm still having so much fun with it. It still makes me so happy. And even though I do not have the kind of stamina I wish I had, and I wish I could stream more often, but as you saw from the video before, I have my reasons as to why I do not have that kind of stamina, even when I do things that make me very happy. But what helps is having so many more options than I used to have. There were times with a laptop where all I could do was sit there, talk, and hope the computer doesn't, that the laptop doesn't explode just from me running VTube Studio while I'm just standing there talking for like just an hour, and that was the whole stream. Now I can play games, any game I want, because my computer can handle it. And friends like Apen even gift me expensive games like Baldur's Gate, which has been my content for like a lot of the time, and a lot of other games. I have friends like Scar who gave me Little Kitty Big City too. Everyone is so incredibly supportive, and even just making this video right now, I'm trying not to cry out of happiness that I have managed to find people like you guys. And again, I hope to stay around for a long time. I hope that we can grow a community. I hope that I can make cooler and better content for you. That's why I am trying to somehow still make money, because the thing is, like I said, I'm not doing this to earn money, but you need to have some money for this kind of hobby. It is unfortunately a pricey hobby. That's why I'm trying my best. I'm trying to work hard to give back to you guys. This is all that it is about for me. I just want to give back to you guys because you guys gave me so incredibly much, not just financially, but just the emotional support. It means an incredibly huge amount to me. I will never be able to convey in words how much it means to me, how much you guys helped me, how much you guys mean to me. And this may sound a little parasocial, but you know what? I don't care. After all this, I'm not even sure how to wrap up this video. It's probably going to be a very long video, which I didn't actually plan, but there was more to go through than I thought. And there were some things I didn't even mention. Like I even started doing digital art because I did still want art, but as I said, I can't really afford it. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. And you guys actually helped me with that too by getting me a tablet. So I'm able to do this kind of stuff, which was especially great during times when I just had the laptop and I couldn't play games. So you guys even provide me with the content. So thank you very much for that. And for the future, I still have stuff planned. Again, for me, the most important thing is I can give you back things, and the only way I can do that is with some kind of entertainment. So I'm trying to think of fun new things. Like we did have a cooking stream. I still have to work out the kinks there. I do want to make a song cover. Actually, I have set up a page for only air conditioners. I'm not allowed to say the actual name because Twitch, but I'm sure you guys all know which site that is, where I can also get into another side of content creating, which has always interested me. And maybe not all of you are going to be interested in that side, and that's okay. No one has to support me over there. It's just something that I want to do for myself because I've always been interested in this side of content creation. So I want to give that a try too. And thanks to you guys, I have the motivation and the guts to try it, the confidence to try it. So a lot of exciting things coming. And again, I don't know how to fucking end this video. I'm so not used to recording things. I'm a streamer, not a YouTuber. And streamers do things, fuck it, we ball. And we don't do, I don't even have a script for this. But once again, thank you so much for your endless support, for helping me, even though none of you had to, none of you have to. You're all doing this out of the goodness of your heart, and it's incredible to know that people like you are out there. It gives me back my faith in humanity, honestly. Thank you so much for that. And with that, I'm gonna go back into stream. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like and subscribe, and consider following me on Twitch. I know my YouTube doesn't have much content aside from VODs, but I do hope it will bring more people to Twitch, so you can see this amazing community and hang out with all of us. Bye!